Let's look at a couple of different kinds of stick figures. Let's start with one that's made for comedy. And it's got, this guy has a round head. And bisect it and figure out where the eyes are going to go and the nose and all that stuff with these guidelines. And then we draw a line down and say, well, he's going to have a little neck. And let's make his torso so it's small at the top and slightly bigger towards the bottom. And then where his legs attach, his pelvic area is like this. And these lines for the bones in his legs. And he's got short legs. We could say that his shoulders are a little bit narrower and his neck is a little narrower. So his arms come out like that. So that would be how we would start this type of stick figure. And then we give him these big eyes. Maybe he's got some hair like that. His ears come out. Little nose there. A little bit of a smile. So that's one stick figure. Now, if we were doing some kind of more realistic, well, something that's akin to what we might see in a comic book, we might start with a line straight down, and then this little tiny head up here, kind of a thick neck, and then we would draw something like this for his chest area. Comes down like that. His belt tightens here. Here's his pelvis. And then draw a line through. And we have his legs come down. There, that would be his knees. And then his shoulder areas, those arms would be, maybe one arm's out a little bit like this. And the other arm is out like that. There's a guideline that goes across. And that would be our stick figure for our hero guy. And we can start going over it in dark blue pencil. You sharpen it too much and the point breaks off like that. These guys never smile, so. Back of the head is always a little bit wider than the front of the head. It goes up like that. All simple shapes, right? His neck would be right where his his jawline is. That's all shadow under there. And then we would bulk up his shoulders. These muscular arms hanging down. His arms are so big he can't really let his arms can't just hang straight down because his biceps are so big. These guys are what my friend Barry calls rock jaw, because they've always got these jutting jaws that never let up. Notice how I'm filling out musculature on his arms. And then filling in the hands. And then we get to fill in the body here. A line comes up from that. This big roundy piece here is the rib cage. And in the front, the rib cage comes up almost to the pectoral muscles. And then in cartooning, we usually put these lines here for the stomach muscles. And there's thigh muscles here. We come down like this to the knees. And we can simplify that by putting circles there for the patellas. Which are the kneecaps. And then the calf muscles come out like this. And then comes down to the ankles. Arch in the foot. The top of the arch there. It used to be these guys wore these weird boots, but I think now we put some thick soles on them because you couldn't do that type of running in the city with the kind of boots they used to wear. So you can encapsulate his leg in some boots. My friend Steve always made his superheroes wear boots that you clearly saw he was wearing boots. Kind of like guys would wear that used to ride horses back in the 1800s. So there's our hero guy. Maybe his gloves come out like that. Maybe there's a symbol on his chest because he fights for justice. So that's how you add solidity to your hero. Now, if we looked at Mr. Roundyball here, give him these ears. And he's got this big smile. and just an average size nose. So his arms are basically just tubes, and his hands we rough in where the palms are, and then we radiate fingers, little short stubby fingers out from this flattened ball of the palm of his hand. Come over here to this side, draw another tube. You can remind yourself that it's a tube by just drawing arcs on it that shows you the roundness. Put in the rough circle for the hand, the palm, and then start putting in the fingers. And now his body, let's say he's wearing a shirt that comes down like this, hangs here. And then his pants may come down like that. And then shoes like that. So there you have two ways of doing stick figures, one for comic effect and one for superhero effect. And as you're looking at it, you can say, well, maybe that arm's a little bit short. And then we use what we call an eraser to make slight corrections on it. So it matches this one. So his fingers end here. That's where his pinky should be. Yeah. Two different figures, stick figures, and just filling in the volumes, the solidity of the body. And that's how you would do it. And in the next one, we'll do a pose. So until then, keep drawing.